Hello, my name is Dr. K, and my highest excitement is providing you with the tools, the strategies, and the technologies to help you evolve rapidly as conscious leaders in body, mind, and spirit so we can be the change that we've been waiting for. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share this with someone you love, and I will see you in the next video. Hello, this is Dr. Kirkendall, and just wanted to say hi to everybody and share. I'm in the Redwood National Forest in California. I've been road tripping from Colorado, bought a Jeep, and now traveling through all the different nature and forests along the way. And I just had an insight, as people often do, sitting in nature or sitting in the quiet space, that I wanted to share. And I want to share this with you because, hey Daniel, how you doing, buddy? I want to share this with you because, you know, from that very moment of your inception, where you were traveling on the consciousness, on the backs of the sperm that would later actually fertilize an egg, where the divine union between masculine and feminine actually meet and they connect. There's that moment where you're actually created, and there's this moment where you are actually being brought into the world. And in that moment, the sperm that carried what would later be you watching this video, that consciousness that you are, was programmed to move amongst trillions of other sperm to the fertilization of the egg. It was moving all along to the creation of your own life. And sitting amongst the redwoods out here, and I'm in a really old grove part, really beautiful, really inspiring, that these redwoods will begin to share with you if you'll listen a little bit and just reflect that they were programmed all along to just be redwoods. They were programmed to be trees. And as you became into being as a sperm, you had no resistance to just creating life, to creating that spark in those first moments of life. And the redwoods were in no resistance to creating what they're here to be. And some of these trees are 2,500 years old, 500-600 years older than the birth of Christ historically. And if you look at nature, nature just kind of grows and it feeds on itself. And all around me, it's growing and living and filtrating, and the river's flowing. And, the river, just like a leaf in free fall, is in complete and zero resistance to what is. And that's harder to do in the modern world today because we have so much more information, so much more knowledge that we're adding on and adding on. Well, when I get this thing, and when I learn this thing, and when I create this book, or do this thing for work or for college, then I'll be able to give my natural inborn program, which is what you were truly and naturally inspired to do here on this earth. That I really believe the biggest sickness after 40,000 patient visits in practice, that with all of the patients, was fear and doubt and lack and worry, and I'm afraid of judgment, or I'm afraid of loss, or I've had a lot of losses. A consciousness that holds us back from the natural medicine that you are to bring. And we've turned our certain people in society into superheroes, into people like, wow, I wish I could do this. Wish I could be an actor or a musician like them. I wish I could speak like Martin Luther King. I wish I could heal like, fill in your favorite healer. I wish I could do exactly what I was here to do. And the reality is the sickness is this consciousness of I cannot do this. And we end up blocking ourselves from the true magic that we're meant to share. And I just know what it was like to be back in a busy town, in a busy city. And it's not that being in a city or a town, that's where we really need to share our gifts and our medicine. But I know that back in the busy city, it can be hard to hear yourself and hear your inner heart, to hear that compass, that drive, that pull, just like as a sperm, like I was talking about, and fertilization, just this natural propensity to move forward in the direction of what you want and what you love. And the resistance comes in where I can't because of the money or the doubt or the fear. That's the sickness. That's the part where it's not wrong. It's not, oh, that's darkness, and when I get to the other side there will be light. That in that space, that darkness, just like in the quiet, in the aloneness out here in nature, that's where people begin to hear and commune and listen and bring something new in. That's why insight happens in the shower. Insight happens, you know, on a napkin, having a coffee, where you have a moment. You're not adding to it. You're allowing what's there already to be birthed from and released from within without the resistance. So the reason I wanted to just share this briefly today is just to remind you that even if you're sitting behind a desk in a busy city, or you've found yourself in something that you're not loving, you know, the experience of, that inside of you there is this medicine in this space that really wants to be shared so much with the world. And I see evidence that this is really happening and this is really working in the world, because I've been traveling through and meeting an amazing community, meeting amazing young people, young musicians, people that think differently, act differently, work differently, earn differently, find abundance differently, connect with community differently, and from their own fun, exciting, most unique way. Because maybe some of them were doctors, some of them were you know, different people in society. They decided they got to a point where this doesn't feel like it's fulfilling to me anymore. And to give you a little bit of a share, I went to a thing called Singing Alive, which was an amazing thing. It was about 550 people in Oregon that came together for I think 4 or 5 days in the forest and just sang. We sang all day long, from 8 in the morning till sometimes 3, 4 o'clock at night. People sang all types of songs, and community was there. It was just really beautiful. Hey Lauren, how are you? Hello everybody, so good to see you. And I met a rabbi, and a rabbi of 12 years that decided at some point, after studying all of you know, Judaism and Kabbalism, and this isn't about religion, but after studying and studying, that for him it wasn't really his truth anymore. And I actually met a priest of the cloth for 30 years. And he started to actually kind of come, after 30 years in the church, to this moment where he said, gosh, I really wonder what is out beyond the church, or beyond what I think spirit is, or religion is, or my calling is. And so he started working with shamans in the jungle, and later realized he wanted to leave the church. And the thing is that we're often looking up to our celebrities, or we're looking up to the priests or the rabbis or the monk. And to know that even those people that have already achieved and reached these areas that we think that, gosh, when I become the highest level of the church, or the highest level of science, or the highest level of my organization, that then I'm gonna know all the answers. But these are people that have been inside of their own experiences for so long that kind of get to this point where they want to grow. So I want to just inspire you that there is something inside of it. If you get real quiet and you listen, what is it? What is it that your heart's calling you to? What is it that is so inspiring to you? What is it that you've always wanted to give, and how could you do that in a space and way and place? Hey Justin, Dr. Mark Ajadi's on the call. How you doing, buddy? You know, what is a way that you can inspire and empower and share this in the world with yourself? And from this emerges yourself truly. Emerges what you're really here to gift. Special K. And you know, it really emerges what you can uniquely bring in. It's your program that you were brought here with, just like the redwood trees that are around me, that you are here to share uniquely. It's the program that came in on the back of the sperm, like we were talking about. And it is your gift, it is your magic, and it is your duty to share that with the world. The one that you've been waiting for is you, my friend, and I know that. I believe that so much. And if you're interested in communicating more and taking a little bit of action on this, you know, click on the link below. And as I land in Colorado, I'll start getting back to those that are interested to start actually, I want to start working with community and growing this in ourselves, because we need to come together. These people that are traveling the world, there's people all over the world I've seen in 20 countries in the last 2 years, where people are coming together in a really beautiful and inspiring way. And there's an underground kind of revolution of thinking, like, you know, the tiny house movement, you know, the what do you call it, travel the world and work off a computer movement, you know, the digital nomad movement. It's a new way of thinking and being, where you're carried and carrying less stuff, and you are more and more free to be in the world, and more free to be open to possibility. And it's happening. I'm seeing so many things that are so inspiring in new forms and ways of being, that I can't express enough that go on an adventure for yourself, or go start sitting in nature with yourself. Take a piece of paper and write about how you can bring in what is uniquely to you and what you can share in the world, because you are so loved and needed. And the big sickness is that I'm not enough and that I can't. And this is what drives people, you know, to eat the Twinkies that end up giving them diabetes. It's the autoimmune disease where we're, you know, loathing and hating ourselves. And what is autoimmune disease but self-rejection on a deep and profound level? And it's the thing that keeps us up at night and gives us restless leg disorder, of depression. These are the things that cause disease. That's the symptom, but the sickness is really deeper inside, in the emotional space, in the place where you have so much love and inspiration and to give, like you came in as a child and as a baby, but that is no longer coming from you because of all the stuff you've laid over it and all the story. And it's time you break that shit off, you break that away, you chisel that off. And I'm excited to see what kind of leaders are going to be birthed out of this. You know, we have the infrastructure through the internet now. Let's share uniquely through the internet what's working and what's inspiring, and not just a bunch of commercials and videos of stuff to buy. But this is your time to emerge, damn it. I believe in you. I love you. And I just wanted to share, you know, the Redwoods, wow, what a cathedral. You know, I notice people walk around here and they get quiet when they come into the trees. And it brings on a sense of real reverence, almost like a cathedral, you know, thousands of years old in Spain or France, where people get quiet. There's like shh. And it's that way here in nature. And if you're not feeling inspired, maybe you need a little bit of the church of nature, maybe a little bit of the church of silence and listening to yourself, where you can connect back into the damn power that you were brought in, just like you were on that single back of sperm that I was talking about, when we are fertilized. And this is the spark of life. There's a miracle of life going on right now. Your heart is beating, your kidneys are filtrating, your lungs are clearing and working at a particular pH. There's a miracle, and you haven't thought about any of that right now. You're just able to listen. But there's this miracle going on inside of you, and there's a miracle going on also in what's actually shifting and transpiring out of what seems like chaos and darkness on planet Earth, is making us be pushed and emerge into who we are here to become. So keep moving towards what you are becoming. Know that you have so much to share and to give in the world, and I will talk to you soon. Love you very much. If this video was inspiring and empowering, make sure you share it with someone you love, like, subscribe, and click the bell so you don't miss a single thing, and I will see you in the next video.